Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Hope you've been having a great week. We're here today on our Friday review show, one of my favorite shows of the week. I do enjoy all of them. I really enjoy the research and the kind of thought process that goes into each different day, whether it be our motivation mindset Mondays, kind of a functional medicine we do typically on Tuesdays. Wednesdays is about body transformation or overall nutrition and wellness. Thursdays is now it's anything goes. It used to all be about exercise. Sometimes it's about toxicity now. And Fridays is a conglomeration of my favorite things throughout the week. So a book I've been reading, research I've been looking at that I want to bring you, product reviews that I'm using in my own life or have been really successful for the last couple months. And I want to bring all those things to you. So that's why Friday to me is just a fun show. Love being able to chat with you here for about 20 minutes or so. And today is going to be no different. I've got some great research for you that will absolutely apply to you or maybe even someone that you know, especially since one is on microplastics, which if you haven't heard about it, well, they are literally everywhere in our environment. And believe it or not, there's some scary statistics. I'll bring you it on a future show, but I need to corroborate it, that we literally consume the equivalent of something like a credit card's worth of plastic over the course of a year or so. That's why I have to corroborate the exact amount of time, not if that's actually happening, but the exact amount of time, which is pretty scary, right? So the less plastic that we can get into our bodies, obviously, the better. So we'll be going over all that today. I've got a little book review that's a blast from the past. 4 years ago, we chatted about this, and someone brought it up on social media. I wanted to make sure that if you haven't been tuning in for the past 4 years, or even if you have, that you found this small, short little book that could be very helpful for you in order to boost your levels of mood in terms of happiness, ambition, excitement, zest for life overall. So I want to bring you that because it's very actionable. But let's get started. So I always go over updates for the week. For me, life is in an interesting place. I know I've been sharing that in social media, and if you're following along with my Instagram stories. But for me, and I'm not ready to quite share it yet because not everything has been established and solidified. But I'll be making a move for the first time in a long, long time. I've lived in Boston, Massachusetts, for about 20 years, and it's literally what I consider my home. Grew up in Medford, Massachusetts, right outside of Boston, and Boston has really been my home, and I love it. But as they say, sometimes it is time to begin a new chapter, and that is what my wife and my 2 daughters and we have decided to do. So we are kind of reestablishing ourselves, figuring out where exactly we want to be for just some, like I said, to start a new chapter in our life, and that is what's taking place right now. I know it's a little like cryptic and not like sharing all the details, but I like to share with you what I'm able to at the moment. And since we're not in one solid place yet, that is that. But you know what it is when it's like moving, especially when you have all of your stuff in one place for the last 20 years. That includes my business office in downtown Boston, right in Back Bay, all of our belongings and all that good stuff. So it is a big change, to say the least. If you've been there before, you know what I'm talking about. But I'm excited. I really am. And I think it's important. I think it's important to, as I always say, not live a life of any regrets, and sometimes to try new things, knowing that we could always move back to Boston if we chose to. So I am excited for that, and I just wanted to share that excitement with you. What I also wanted to share was that we have big things continuing to come out with our Addisons-based community with Equilife, and hopefully you are a part of that, because basically you're being rewarded with all these amazing things for just being amazing and being part of the Equilife community if you're a subscriber there. So you literally get all of your online workouts now each and every month. You can take them with you anywhere you want to go. You get meditations, you get binaural beats, you've got your full meal plan, whether you want weight gain, weight loss, weight maintenance, anti-aging. It's all built for you. All of your labs are right inside of this new HIPAA-compliant app. I mean, literally, you get anything that you could imagine, like everything that you want for a healthy lifestyle. If you are not an Addisons member, it's, again, literally, it's free for all qualifying subscribers over at Equilife. I would check it out. Again, there's no pressure on my end, but what we wanted to do was build the last health, wellness, nutrition, and fitness-based app that you will ever need for doing things that you're already most likely doing. So you can find out more about it at stephencabral.com/Addisons. And Addisons is AYUBOWAN. I'll link it up today as well. All show notes will be at stephencabral.com/23 2387. All right, what is going on over with at Equal Life this week, though? That is our virtual global functional medicine and integrative health practice. Well, we're basically offering our best deal we ever have on our Big 5 labs. If you don't know what the Big 5 labs, we'll link that up as well today on a previous podcast on that. But this is the place. If you're not able to achieve the wellness, the weight loss, the anti-aging, the weight gain, whatever you're looking for in terms of transforming your body, health, and mind, I can't recommend it enough. I mean, it is what helped me get well, and it's what we use in our private practice. So that's $1,000 off the individual price of all 5 of those. So that's obviously pretty remarkable. And it comes with a 90-minute health coaching lab results call with a plan that was built just for you. So it doesn't get any better than that. This is the future of health, and this can be done anywhere in the world. It's that remarkable. And I'm excited to just be at the forefront of this myself and a few other colleagues, and of course the amazing Equal Life team that are pushing this forward. So definitely want to check this out. And of course, you can run this with your Integrative Health Practitioner level 2 as well. All right. But for those people that don't want to run the Big 5, but still want to take advantage of getting started with at-home lab testing, we're offering an extra $100 off the starter kit. I believe that's $200 off individual retail, an extra $100 off this week. And you can find these at stephencabral.com/big5 or stephencabral.com/starter-kit. So starter kit is 2 labs. Those are our 2 most popular. And the Big 5 is all of the best labs for your overall health to assess hormones, digestion, nutrition, vitamins, minerals, detox, mood, and so much more like heavy metals. All right. So that's, again, you can find them all right now at stephencabral.com/shop or those individual links, which I'll leave at 2387. Before we get to our book review of the week, our herb of the week, and our research, let me just share with you the podcast recap. Monday's show was a lot of fun to record. It was just one of those just serendipitous-based podcasts where I was able to share with you an amazing quote that I wish I could attribute to a particular author. But I found it, and to me, it summed up perfectly in about 5 lines what it takes to go from where you're at right now to where you want to be. And I hope you check out that show. It was a lot of fun being able to just voice these things, because I do it for myself. And of course I do it for you, because I think we are all on this journey of like just progressing and growth and just trying to reach our own full potential. Nobody else's, just ours. And so that's what that show was about. That was 2383. Episode 2384 was the best time of the day to begin your fast. Super important. And I back that up with the science. And then I also share with you how you can validate it for yourself. Okay, on Wednesday's show, it was start here with your diet. Basically, the 2 most important food groups to start with, or types of foods, even if you're doing any diet. Again, weight loss, wellness, aging, you name it. Start with these 2 and build your diet around that. Again, those are that's at stephencabral.com/2385. Yesterday's show, which was a big one, was me giving you a synopsis of everything that I've learned over the past decade, but only the things that actually matter to help you regrow hair, whether it's lost or it's thinning, and how to stop that loss as well. So literally the best of all forms of science. This is science. It's truly an integrative health approach. I give you the pharmaceutical side, I give you the natural herbal side, and I give you the biotechnology-based side, like the tech that actually has been shown to be helpful as well. So check that out, and then I give you a massive resource page as well. Everything that I learned for myself to help me regrow my hair and stop that hair loss and thinning, and that I've done for many, many people, fortunately, in the past as well. All right, let's get into this show's specifics, and that is our herb of the week. Our herb of the week is one of my favorites. It goes by many different names, actually, but it is a very popular herb used in Ayurvedic medicine and has been used in almost every form of natural medicine, like every form actually that I'm thinking of right now, for thousands and thousands of years. Now, again, why would something be continued to use for thousands and thousands and thousands of years? It's because it works, right? It works. And now for all of the people that just don't believe in the healing power of nature and all the herbs we've been given, well, we have clinical science to back all of these things up. So This particular herb is called frankincense. Now, you probably heard about frankincense in the Bible and other books as well. And what I want to share with you, though, is it goes by a few different names. Boswellia is one of those names, or Boswellia extract, because it comes, or Boswellia oil, I'll go into that, because it comes from the Boswellia tree. So it's also called Indian frankincense sometimes, or Apres flex, which is a patent extract of it that's clinically proven to work to an even greater degree because of bioabsorption or bioavailability. So let's get into it, though. What are the benefits? All right. So again, now I have to give you my disclaimer because we're about to talk about health-based conditions. On the podcast, I never share any medical advice, medical treatment plans, medical diagnosis, or medical cures. I'm here to share with you underlying root cause imbalances and how to help them naturally, not treat disease. Okay, so now let's get into it. So, clinically proven to help to reduce inflammation. And it's been shown to clinically work for arthritis, joint-based pain, cartilage loss, joint lining, osteoarthritis as well. Again, not providing any medical claims, but these are all in peer-reviewed published journals. So great for inflammation and arthritis. Okay, next, can improve an overall healthy digestive system. Why? Well, it also helps with inflammation that can be caused in the gut as well. So you might start to see an inflammation theme around all of these things. Now, one other thing I can say is one of the other reasons why it helps the gut is that it's very powerful in terms of its antioxidants as well. Remember, many herbs in nature provide a powerhouse of antioxidants as well. Okay, it's been shown to help with asthma and bronchitis. Well, why would it help with asthma and bronchitis as well? Because of leukotrienes, Th2 cytokines. So people with allergies, asthma that are more Th2 dominant can be helped with this boswellic acid, which is an extract of Boswellia, another name for frankincense. Well, let me go through the rest, and then I'll tell you how I've been using it as well. One other thing I should note is that it's not always the easiest product to work with or get because it actually comes as a resin. And a resin is more difficult to mix with other like herbs in terms of a supplement form because it's sticky. So you have to just be able to work with a good manufacturer for that. All right, I've been shown to help with gum disease and bacteria in the mouth. And the last one is it may, I have to say the word may, have anti-cancer properties. So amazing, amazing herb. I have been using it for years and years and years for my natural, well, meaning how my body sways, Th2 dominance, for allergies, and for inflammation that years ago were really, really bad. So that's why I've been using it, and I continue to use it. It's an amazing product. I just do it more as now maintenance rather than at a higher dosage. The product that I can't recommend enough, it actually contains the Apres Flex because I know that your body's absorbing that form. So I like really bioavailable, absorbable-based nutrients. But again, you can get it how you like. Ours is, the one that I use is Inflammasoothe. We've been using that in our practice for quite some time. So Inflammasoothe, especially if you're combining that with Cell Boost, that's the advanced anti-aging renewal kit. But again, just an amazing product. So definitely look into Indian frankincense if you may have any one of those particular issues. All right. So next up is our book review. Again, I looked this up and I said to myself, because the nice thing is I moved out of my Boston office and I brought all of my books and all of my stuff from my Boston office to my main office, which I call the bunker. And I call it the bunker because literally there's no AC, there's no heat. It's in an old building, and I love it though. I love Maine in general. But anyway, I have all my books now back with me. I'm really, really happy about that. I love books. I don't know why. Well, I know why I love books because they help me learn what I needed to learn in order to overcome what I wanted to overcome, right? So you can go that in any part of your life. But this book is specifically for mood and the mind, all right? So mood and the mind. And I brought this book up and I found it in my shelf because I have my own little labeling system for my shelf. So I know which shelf has what books. And this is to do with mood and the mind. And someone actually brought this book up because this is not a recent book. But again, it doesn't have to be a recent book to be true, right? That's the thing, is like a lot of these principles aren't changing. All right, so this was published in 2016. And it is a short book. And I know people love short books now. And it's also like nice headlines and graphs and exercises. So I wanted to re-review this book because maybe you don't remember me reviewing it in 2018. But let me just share with you. Basically, the reason why I like this is that they're giving you an exercise circuit to retrain your brain to produce more of the neurotransmitters that produce happiness, calm, peace, drive, ambition, all of those things. So they have essentially like 9 different techniques. One is on essentially mirroring the habits that you want, that you see in someone else that you want to model. I love that. I talk about that all the time. Balancing, so figuring out kind of what neurochemicals you need more of, and then choosing those specific exercises that they give you. The next one is do things that produce more of those neurochemicals. Maybe it's going outside, getting sunshine, doing things that improve your overall energy, but decrease your mental exhaustion. So that's one of the exercises. Then they look into your specific like legacy, how you want to leave a legacy. Then they do things like how can you increase more fun in your life through certain hobbies that allow you to take a little break. Then they go into chunking down where you need the most mental bandwidth during the day. I love that as well. I've talked about that many, many times. Satisfice, it's an interesting word. Basically, how you're looking at marginal benefits of improving certain areas of your life that may not matter all that much. So that was an interesting take. Planning, you know, I'm a big advocate of planning happiness, right? And then visualizing as well. The last one was letting in the good, meaning like a lot of people sometimes, because of where they're at right now, aren't even allowing in so the good. So really nice techniques inside of this book. It's a short book. If you're looking to boost your mood, your overall happiness in life, it's called Habits of a Happy Brain by Loretta Graziano Bruning, and they are a PhD. Okay, so there you have it. I'm going to link it up as well. Everything will be linked up today at episode 2387, StephenCabral.com/2387. All right, our research of the day is going to be the first one because I get actually a few questions on this. And this one is on, it's called Genetic and Molecular Insights into Dangerous Tick Bite-Related Meat Allergy Revealed. So it's rare, but that doesn't mean we don't see it all in our practice. Some people, after they've got bit by a tick, they have Lyme disease, they can develop an allergy to meat. Well, really, for the first time now, this was done under the Garvan Institute of Medical Research. They've actually begun to figure out why it is that these allergies exist. And believe it or not, is actually, and this is the case for a lot of proteins, believe it or not, it's a sugar molecule inside of protein. It's the truth. And I've talked about this before in some of the harmful benefits of overcooking meat. Believe it or not, there's a sugar in the meat. This one's called galactose alpha-1,3 galactose. And it's produced by all mammals except humans and higher primates. So basically, the meat that we eat has this particular sugar molecule. And what happens is when humans are exposed to alpha galactose through tick bites of a certain tick species, such as the paralysis tick, and this one's in Eastern Australia, the immune system can flag it as harmful and instigate an allergic response, sometimes with near fatal consequences. So what happens is you get this exposure through being bit by the tick, and then when you go to eat certain meats with this particular molecule, it can begin to react to it. So the bottom line is this, though, because I know a lot of people, I shouldn't say I know a lot of people, but certainly I know a few with this particular issue. It always goes back to, though, resolving the immune system. Look at your gut first. look at the autonomic nervous system, and improve what you can find. And we do that again through the big 5 labs. You don't have to run them through us. You can run them with your local naturopathic doctor. You can run them through an integrative health practitioner level 2. You need to get your immune system back into balance 100%. So I'm going to link this research up for you, but I think it's going to give a lot of answers to people that have been searching as to why this happens. All right, the second is on microplastics. Now, if you didn't hear a previous podcast of mine on a Friday review of how the majority of tea bags, believe it or not, tea, right? The tea bag itself is made out of plastic. And you'd never believe that, but it's microplastics. So you have to be careful with a lot of these teas that you drink that are not loose leaf tea or in a like cloth fiber-based bag. Okay, but that's not today's show. Besides all the plastic straws, plastic bottles, plastic everything, right? Well, this was done out of MIT, my neighbor down here in Boston, not for long, but yes, that's it. And this is silk. They are now beginning to use something that's sustainable, that's able to be reproduced, that is not necessarily toxic to the body, and they are creating a biodegradable silk to replace microplastics that will be used in food, paints, and cosmetics. So now they're going to be taking hopefully the plastics out of these things because they know people are voting now with their dollars. They don't want these toxic things in their products. I don't want them in my products. I'm not buying anything with microplastics for sure. And a lot of other people are not either. So look for this coming soon. I want to let you know that the technology is there and it's now being rolled out. And it says right here, the European Chemical Agency has estimated that the intentionally added microplastics represent approximately 10 to 15% of the total amount in the environment, which is pretty crazy, and it's relatively easy to address. So what they're using is high-quality silk threads used for fine fabrics. The silk protein will be used, and it will be less expensive. So they're hoping the adoption happens quickly. So what I'm saying to you is this. In the future, if you start to see silk threads or used with biodegradable silk, it is replacing the microplastics that it used to have. I don't think that this is necessarily a bad thing at all, because from what I've seen right now, it reduces landfill, it reduces toxicity, it's a natural product, and it's not going to be ingested into your body, but actually it's going to be able to hold up and not break down like the microplastics would as well with heat, right? So heat, hot coffee, hot tea, hot water breaks down these plastics. That's why you don't want to get hot things in plastic, because that's going to break it down even more. All right, I'm going to link all this up for you today at stephencabral.com/2387. I appreciate your time here today. I'll be back tomorrow with our Cabral House Calls. Thanks so much, everyone. Have an amazing start to your weekend.